All right, the views of experts on fire prevention in Nigeria. Reactions have continued to trail a new law in Lagos State which harmonizes and merges all 8 environmental laws in the state into one, which is currently awaiting assent of Governor Abayomi Ambode to become fully operational. While the Lagos State government says the law is aimed at bequeathing a functional, hygienic and sustainable environment to Lagosians, civil society groups describe the law as anti-people and designed to unleash extreme capitalism on Lagos State. On Monday, the 20th of February 2017, the Lagos State House of Assembly cut short its 6-week recess to attend to a bill for a law to consolidate all laws relating to the management, protection and sustainable development of the environment in Lagos. The bill, among other things, stipulates guaranteed payment for contractual services and concessions with an irrevocable service payment order as first-line charge on the state's internally generated revenue. Section 137 of the bill also criminalizes sinking of boreholes, imposes fines, and sets prison terms for any Lagos citizen who sells or transports water in the state. The state government says the law is aimed at bequeathing a functional, hygienic and sustainable environment to Lagosians.
The law that has been passed by Lagos State cannot be termed anti-people in any way. It has now all the laws, all environmental laws in Lagos State as one. And if you look at all of them, the one for water sector, the one for LASPA, the one for ecology, the one for waste, solid waste, you see that all of them are there to make things better for our people, to make our environment better. So you cannot declare that this law is anti-people. You know where we came from? There was a time in this state that heaps of refuse on our streets, they were mountain high. And I can tell you, it's because of these laws that were put in place and backed by actions that eradicated that kind of thing from our society. And it is this law, same law, that is giving us the legal backing to put in place all measures that will give us a sustainable, neat, hygienic, aesthetically beautiful environment. The clarification of charging of fees of the concessionaire on first-line charge. In the law, if you go and look at it now, that has been dealt with. And I think there were a lot of misrepresentations there. The law, that was a bill then. Now, when His Excellency graciously signed it, before this week runs out, it will become a law. And in that law, I don't think we will find what you have said in it.
But civil society activists have picked holes in the bill, describing it as anti-people and a guise to introduce public-private partnership in the water sector, a claim the government denies.
Water is not cheap to come by. Say, to build a water treatment plant is in billions. The one we are building in Akute is over 50-something billion. We have 2 major big water plants. We have 2 medium-sized ones. We have gone into a PPP arrangement to make sure there is a 70 million gallon per day water plant that will cover the Eastern Senatorial District of Lagos. They have started. We discovered that most of the mini water works are not working. And His Excellency has directed that all those pumps and those mini water works must work in the next 3 months, less than 3 months. That's the directive. We are battling it. We have made up our BEME to make sure we repair all these mini water works so that water supply to some parts of Lagos will be better. We spend billions to buy chemicals to treat this water. We are charging rates that is not economically feasible to produce water. Water corporations still charge about 5 kobo per liter.
I have seen boreholes that were drilled through Sockaway. I have seen a borehole that was converted into a cesspit. People were sitting on it and passing faces directly into the water. And come on, check out the issue of recurrent cases of people who check into our hospitals. More than half do so as a result of water-related sicknesses. We cannot sit down and fold our arms and do nothing about it. And for those who are selling, it also applies that we must check out what the process of treatment is.
The activists are asking the governor not to assent to the bill, stressing that the solution to water crisis in Lagos is already documented.
There are so many booby traps in that law that will ridicule historic achievements in this state. And if I want issues, I will not sign. So many of them are there. The revocable service order that enable the government to pay those concession people, the PPPs, even before health, even before salaries, even before anything in the states. The law is now allowing them to criminalize people who are looking for alternative means of getting water. Okay, you risk 6 months jail time if you distribute water. You see, by that law, if it's science, you cannot even take water from the rivers, from the stream. You must first get a license to do that. And I mean, that's so ridiculous.
It doesn't take cognizance of the plight of the people. It doesn't take cognizance of the fact that people have to survive. It doesn't take cognizance of the current reality of the people of Lagos State.
The basis for even passing this law by the House of Assembly is something we want to even question. Now, the public hearing that led to the passage of this bill is such that it's not inclusive.
Meanwhile, the United Nations is urging the Lagos State government to reconsider the Environment Bill and conduct a proper public consultation with relevant stakeholders. The UN expert on the human rights to water and sanitation, Liohela, in a statement, said government is taking a step too far by imposing fines equivalent to $310 on ordinary citizens fetching water for survival when the minimum wage stands at $60. He added that when the state fails to provide adequate access to drinking water, no one should be criminalized for fetching water from lakes, rivers, or any other natural sources.